My name's John Hutchison. I'm the Deputy Superintendent for Olathe Public Schools. I've been here about 15 years, came over from the St. Louis area. I've been in education for about 32 years in both finance and operations for school districts. We're about 30,000 students here in Olathe. We're the second largest in the state. Wichita is the largest. We have about 56 educational buildings, but a total of 70 facilities, including 2 large athletic complexes. And we really wanted to partner with somebody, much like other technology systems. If we could get to a single platform, it would just be a lot easier. And ADS had a great track record with us, just extremely responsive, would help us in the design and just the strategy we should utilize.
Buddy Mason, founder of American Digital Security. We do a lot of K through 12. Schools are probably 80% of our business. And I think it's just very important that we care. You know, we have kids in the districts and we just really care about securing those facilities and just making sure we're doing it right. We offer security audits. We think that's important because a lot of school officials, for example, in the K through 12 space is typically where that happens. They're not thinking about some of the things on the exterior and the interior of the school. We've talked to them about gun detection. We've talked to them about panic buttons. We're making sure that all the doors have contacts so we know if a door is propped open. And I think that's very important because we need to know if there's access into the buildings. As we've seen in the news recently, it has been very easy for people to get into buildings and just walk through an unlocked door. And at ADS, we really care about that. And because of our knowledge, our job is to work with the schools and make sure that we're doing everything we can to lock it down, all the way to the point that we'll tie a sounder on to that door. So after a minute, if a door's propped open, we can make some noise so somebody, either an SRO, faculty member, or a teacher or staff member can hear that and go out and secure that door.
Hi, Ron Cox, CEO of the Kincaid Group. 10 or more years ago, in my previous capacity, one of the areas of responsibilities that I had was safety and security for school campuses. We were one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of Missouri, and so I was responsible for assembling the team that would provide oversight on school security, campuses, shooter and intruder training, and all risk and environmental services. And during that time, I ended up meeting Buddy and Wendy Mason.
April 1st of 2019, had the pleasure of partnering with the Kincaid Group. It's a series of companies and talking to Scott Kincaid. Scott was like, hey, we need to diversify the portfolio. And Ron Cox was a customer of mine. And, you know, Ron being the CEO of the Kincaid Group, at that point he was the COO. And him and Scott reached out to me and we just started talking. We worked with Ron at one of our school districts, and in 2017 he came over to be a part of the Kincaid Group. So all three of us got together and we just started discussing an opportunity to bring technology into the Kincaid Group. It was a match made in heaven, and I really think with the 4 core values of the business, family, safety, service, and respect, really hit home to our team. You know, the team at ADS said, you know what, this is exactly what we're all about. I couldn't have picked 4 better words to describe ADS.
My name is Jennifer Mers. I have 4 kids, 3 of which are in the school district. I have a 7th grader, a 5th grader, a kindergartner, and I have a 3.5-year-old who will be in the school district in just a couple of years. It's definitely something that I worry about. It's something that's always in the back of my mind that could happen, a potential threat to my children or even the teachers at the school. But I trust that safety measures are in place for my children, and American Digital Security is there to protect our children. And I know that they have safety measures in effect. I know that the teachers know what to do, I know that the staff know what to do, and I know that the children have been also trained.
It's not just about buying the hardware and getting it installed. It's really about the experiences that ADS has had at other locations, that they can bring that wealth of knowledge back to us. So I think they're just a great company, great partner. It's helped our security measures so much in both proactive and post incident investigation. I'd absolutely recommend ADS to any entity. Their responsiveness, their extensive knowledge from their and experience, and their ability to hit a budget, which is important for a large system like ours. Every time we buy something that has a lot more zeros behind it, so it's really important that we don't face change orders. And I can't think of an incident where ADS wasn't pretty much dead on from their initial estimate to what the project ended up costing.
And I think ADS is going to continue to grow and become more of a national footprint. They've done a great job here in the Midwest, growing Kansas and Missouri. More recently, we've expanded to the West. We have partners in Seattle. We're looking at partnerships down in Sacramento, also in Maryland, over in Baltimore, Maryland, St. Louis, down in Texas. I just think the overall capacity that they've created, the vision that they share.
And that's kind of what it's all about, is finding those like companies in those different markets where we can just grow the company.
I think continuing to share a vision with our manufacturers and our clients. A lot of clients are regional and national, and they want that same level of care across the country. So being able to keep up with their growth as well, I think is important, and I think that's our future.